What's up, guys? We're looking at the Everse 8 today. This speaker became a standard among DJs as soon as it hit the market for a battery-powered ceremony cocktail hour option, but the competition has gotten a lot stiffer. There's speakers now from QSC, from Mackie, from other brands. Is this still the king when it comes to battery-powered speaker designs? Let's talk about that. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Phase Reviews channel. My name is Jordan. If you're new here, thanks for joining me. And if you're a subscriber, welcome back as always. Today, I'm going to be telling you about why I think this speaker still holds one of the top spots when it comes to battery-powered options for DJs. I'm going to tell you about what I've used this speaker for. At an event over the weekend, this thing filled 3 different roles for me, and it did it really well. I'll hit on a few important specs. I'll give you a quick demo of it in action so you can see how it was set up at the wedding that I did, and overall let you know, is this still the best option or should we go with something else? Now, when it comes to the Everse 8, just quick off the top stuff that you can read on the product page. This is an 8-inch speaker. It has a built-in battery that's going to give you 12 hours of battery life. It's got a handle on top. It's relatively lightweight and compact for how much battery life and sound output you get out of this. 121 dB max SPO, which is excellent. It has a really nice sleek grill design. On the back, you have got 1/4-inch XLR combo inputs. You can do phantom power for microphones. You've got a high Z input for an instrument. You have adjustable effects and EQ, which is really awesome. This has feedback suppression. It has other ease of life functions that are really nice. It also has a USB-C output to power a device, as well as a DC output to plug in a microphone receiver if you want to do a wireless mic setup on top of this speaker. It really is kind of the Swiss Army knife. Now, I've looked at other mobile DJ battery-powered speaker options. They're awesome. None of them, I think, have as many features as this thing does, as far as taking all of your requirements for power and a mixing board and stuff away for small scenarios like a wedding ceremony or cocktail hour. The cabinet design is really quite nice, very hard wearing, has a good coat on the outside, and you can position this thing not only on a speaker tripod, but you can tip it back and kind of do it in a busking setup. It also has wedges on the side so that you can do it as a stage monitor. Okay, oh, there we go, right there. Before I talk about how this stacks up against the competition, let me tell you how I used this speaker over the weekend. I did a wedding with a ceremony of about 50 to 60 people, and then a reception with 100 to 150. Starting with the ceremony, I put this on a pole about 2/3 of the way to the front of the crowd off to the side. I had a XLR going into it from my external DBX Go rack with a couple of microphone receivers, and I did a single handheld wireless mic as well as an iPad running audio for the ceremony. I'll be honest, the testing that I did before the wedding was just in my living room and backyard, so I wasn't sure if one was going to be enough. I was tempted just for a second because I'm kind of overkill to go grab the second. But I just put it up there and I was like, well, let's give it a try. And so I sound checked before and I was like, oh, this is gonna be perfect. Even when we filled up most of the chairs, this was more than enough for ceremony audio levels. The microphone was probably at, I don't know, 60% volume, and it was very clear. The mom of the bride came up to me specifically and said, wow, this was much better than the audio we had at our last wedding reception that we went to, wedding ceremony, excuse me. So A+ for wedding ceremonies. And again, I was using an external mixer and rack because I didn't have a half size unit. A half rack space size receiver that I could put on top. That would have shrunk my setup even more. And I know people have come up with all sorts of trays and 3D printed options to basically run this speaker just on a stand with nothing else table-wise around you, which is awesome. So after ceremony concluded, guests went around the building to the cocktail hour area. I had my second Everse 8 on a stand out there. I was running a booth output from my DJ booth. Down between the doors. The cocktail area was right behind the main reception area, and I was able to play background levels there. And when I needed to make announcements so people could come into the dinner area, again, it was so nice. I had both speakers set up before everything even began, and while cocktail hour was going on, I could tear this one down and bring it inside, and that one just kept chugging away. Then after cocktail hour, once dinner and dancing started, I brought in my ceremony speaker and put it next to the booth to use as a floor monitor. I have become a convert to using floor monitors at gigs now. It is so nice. And this venue, it was especially nice because it had all hard surfaces. It was huge and cavernous, and the reverb and echo in here was terrible. So having this to reduce some of that slap back and that echo in the room so that I could actually hear and mix in time was amazing. I was running my RCF Evox J9s in there. It was very loud, and so without this, I do not think I would have been able to mix as well as I could have. And also, this cut through. I was probably running the booth output at around 50%. This was at Unity, and it was plenty to overpower the mains behind the booth. So that was really, really nice. A couple of things that I noticed as I use these have an auto power off if they're not getting any signal. I did not know that. And so while I was setting up the rest of the reception and cocktail hour, the ceremony speaker had shut off. So when I went to start background music out for the ceremony, I was like, why is this not getting any audio? I panicked for a second, and then I saw the display was black, so I power cycled it, and it came right back up. So just keep in mind, if you set these up and they sit for a while and nothing's playing through them, they will auto power off, which is nice to save the battery. They are very clear, especially vocals. Again, the microphone sounded excellent through these things, and specifically got comments on the clarity. Now, talking about these in comparison to, let's say, my Mackie Thump Go's. The Mackie Thump Go's are, I feel like, maybe a slightly bigger cabinet. The audio quality of these, I think, surpasses those, which would make sense given the price difference. I also really like all of the functionality you have here, again, for running your mic receiver or for powering your devices. This is like totally the all-in-one solution. Now, the other speaker I've reviewed recently is the QSC CB10. The CB10 is slightly bigger with a 10-inch woofer. I think it has a bit more power. It definitely has a deeper, fuller sound than the Everse 8, but I do not think it has nearly as much functionality as this speaker does, and a bigger footprint. This strikes the right balance for me of good full sound, compact, ease of use. And so if I need that additional oomph, if I'm mostly doing like satellite speakers, remote stuff, I'll reach for the QSCs. But for 90% of gigs where I need my Swiss Army knife, all-in-one speaker, I'm gonna go for the Everse 8. You'll also see some footage of the bag that these things came in. So I've got two of these speakers, and they come in this awesome divided padded bag with space for cables in the front. It's got nice carrying straps, and so I could haul both of these in, and it's like the ultimate setup for a ceremony cocktail hour duo. One speaker in each location, and you're good to go, all in one bag. Overall, I get the hype around this thing, and I think for the vast majority of scenarios that DJs, mobile entertainers are going to encounter, this is going to be the solution for a battery-powered speaker. It's not the most powerful, it's not the cheapest, but it's like the Goldilocks zone of everything that you want feature-wise. So if you want to check these out, I'll include a link down below. You can go read about them there. Shout out to Guitar Center for making this video happen. They're having like a live sound month promotion right now. I think they've got packages of these with the bags and stuff, so go check them out there, and I appreciate them helping me continue to produce content for this channel. Stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe and ring the notification bell. I have videos coming down the line of some stuff from Joe Bunn, parts for DJs, some light mounts that I got my hands on and used at this wedding as well, some new studio monitors from Samson, and a whole lot more. So appreciate you guys being here. Leave a comment down below with your thoughts on the Everse 8 and what you want to see here on this channel, and like the video if you enjoyed the content. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.